tell me about the Skywatch. What did you see and what did you experience? I know Karen saw her first shooting star.
Yeah. Skywatcher, gosh, there's so many things to see. There are ones darting across. One that I saw looked like it was skipping, like when you skip a rock. It looked like it skipped across the sky.
Yeah,
And,
the shooting star or the light in the sky?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know if they were shooting stars or what, but the way that it did its, I mean, it literally looked like it was skipping. So I don't think a shooting star would do that, but maybe.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that kind of action where something would light up and then be gone. What were you experiencing?
Well, it seemed like the stars were a little bit brighter this go around. I guess because the moon was behind the trees and it was less cloudy. So
yeah.
And for some reason, they had this big Milky Way.
That's always there.
That was aggravating someone.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, should we talk about that?
But I do have to say, you know, it was kind of like last time. You know, we saw the lights on the mountain, so you know they'll light up.
There was more lights on the mountain than last year, though. Like we were seeing that one last year, but this time there was like 5 of them lighting up.
Okay, well, for me I saw like 2, like one higher up and then one like in the middle to the right. So, and then those 2 will like fluctuate every now and then. And then there was another one that was lower by the trees. So I do remember that one.
Yeah.
Then it'll rotate and stuff like that. So that, and I saw more shooting stars this go around than last time. And then also for the lights, my favorite was when 2 of them were coming close. And it was like this. And everybody's like, they're going to hit each other. They're going to hit each other. So that was the best one. And then after that, later on in the night, it looked like this one that was like transparent. Like you could see a silhouette of something. And it looked like it just darted through the night sky. Like it went like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa. And then everybody was like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that's always the fun part too, is when everybody sees it and there's the big whoa. And there was a lot of flashes. And that was one of the things Daniel said to watch for. If you see the flash, you've probably been on a ship.
And I missed a couple of them. I missed a good one, I heard.
And there was some good ones. Both nights there was. So we did the Skywatch 2 nights, Friday night and Saturday night. And, you know, last year the message was, you're not really going to see us, but you'll feel us. And then they told us where to find the vortex, and we went and did all of that. This year they said they're going to put on a show, and they did. There was picture, you know, we took pictures of the mountain, and then in the clouds, there's all these faces in the clouds that were coming through, and they were ET faces. And
okay, I didn't know about that one.
Did you see the one that I posted about the Arcturian picture with Daniel in it? Okay, so I'm going to pull that up, and we'll keep talking. I'll share that screen here in a second. It's going to be my Facebook page, but I used a little bit of the contrast thing and one of those apps that you can change it. So the sky wasn't really this color, but I'm calling this Daniel right here. Do you see it? You got the little Arcturian right there.
Went to his eyeball.
Mountain. So the eyes are here and here.
Oh, now I see.
Little nose, little mouth. Now move that down.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And
now I see it.
Yeah. So that was one of the pictures I took, and then later that night I was going through my pictures, and that jumped out at me so strong when I was looking at it. I was like, I actually might have made a noise. I was like, oh my God. So, and Valerie was in the room with me, so she's like, what's going on? And I'm showing her, I'm like, Daniel showed up, he's right here. And so and then with that picture, and if you're watching the video and you just want to pause it and kind of look at that picture, there are other faces in there. And I saw a Bigfoot face in there. I saw a mantis being face in there. I saw a duck-billed platypusy looking energy in there. As I'm looking at it, there was a Lyran face in there, and trying to think of what the other ones were that I was seeing. Anyway, Syrian was one of them. So there was a whole bunch of stuff. As the more I looked at it, the more they started coming out at me. But it took me a little bit to get into that frequency with the picture and let it merge out and start to show me the other faces. But once I saw them, then I couldn't unsee them. And so that was...
Yeah, send me that picture.
Okay, yeah, you got it. I'll send you that one. And
I'll post it right here.
Right. Freeze it. And yeah, there's actually, I'll give you a couple of them that you can play with that one picture alone. And because somebody did outline the Daniel face so that if you can't find it, it's outlined in yellow right there in that picture. And yeah, so that's kind of fun. And again, for me, if the picture's smaller, it's easier for me to see the other faces. When it's ballooned out, it's not as easy for me to see the faces. Oh, the blue avian, that was the other one that I was seeing in there.
Oh,
so
okay.
I knew I was missing one major one. I'm like, yeah. So if you let the picture be smaller, that was my experience. When it's in the smaller frame, I was able to see more images in it than when it was blown up. So that was my big woo. And of course we have Charmel, who captured a ship flying out of the mountain on her camera. So,
oh, okay.
Did you not see that one?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. No. Well, we're gonna grab some more pictures here if that's okay. And
the only one I remember seeing from their phone was Andrew's from the week before, the orb that he was showing us. That was something else.
Yeah. The orbs. Yeah, Andrew had some really cool pictures. And hi everybody that's listening. So here's the ship. And she had it on one of those live video pictures where it gives you 3 seconds of video before it snaps a picture.
Okay.
So on her phone, you can actually play that 3-second video and you can see it. It's almost like this cloud is an indicator of it, but it comes darting out of here and up here and it's like boom and it's gone. And so the fact that she caught that enough to even see it in this picture, it was just fascinating. So
nice. I didn't even know about that one. Is that when she got there early, like the day before?
Yeah, she got that. I want to say she either got that Thursday or Friday. There's the picture that one of them took of me with this little weird energy orb coming through.
And these pictures on the group page, right? The Eceti
pictures on the Eceti Lionsgate. # the magic is real 2020.
All right, the link
so that's Facebook.
For that Facebook page would be in the description.
Yeah, and for some reason it's not letting me pull up any other pictures right now. So that's what we got for you. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. A lot of people were capturing things in their pictures. The Northern Lights here on our YouTube page. She comments all the time. Came and joined our journey. She got to see Bigfoot. So I don't know. Did you hear that story? So she went out.
Did that happen when I left?
No, that was Friday night. She had to use the restroom, so she had gone out of the cabin to go use the restroom, and on the way back, apparently, and I hope I'm not butchering the story, but on the way back, she had seen Bigfoot, and she had gotten kind of lost and went wandering around, and in that journey, she saw Bigfoot. And so,
maybe she was supposed to get lost.
Yes. So if you're watching this, tell the story down there, and everyone look for Northern Lights to have told the story.
Northern Lights, comment below. Tell us your story.
I don't want to use real names for those reasons, but yeah, it was so fun to meet some of the listeners and get to hang out with people that follow us, and so that was fun. A lot of people coming from all over the place and making the journey to get to Eceti, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. How many people were there? About 30 or 40?
I want to say there was 38, but I could have that number wrong. But somewhere in
people.
It was over 30 people. Yeah, so there was a good group of people there for us.
Some people had a 2-for-1 special. They got a yoga conference.
Yes.
And they got to see us as
At the
well.
same time. Yeah. Yeah, so that's fun too. Getting to see and got to meet some new people through the yoga thing too. So the yoga retreat was fun to share that energy with everybody. And when we just spontaneously did some, you know, like the medicine wheel and the Palladian circle, we went and did a meditation. Some of the yoga people came and joined us, and that was a lot of fun. And they joined us over in the medicine wheel as well. And so those were some wonderful people to meet, and I thought that was kind of fun. And they asked, they were very polite. Is it okay if we sit in on this? We're like, yeah, you know, we're just playing. We're not, you know, it wasn't anything official. So so that was fun to have some new people come in and join us as well. So that was good.
That was for the meditation wheel, correct?
Both. It was so they have the Palladian circle, which is the one with all the flags. And I would show you guys pictures, but I can't seem to get them to pull up on here. But
now, I was playing around with my phone. Not that I captured any UFOs, but I was playing with the settings, and I was working out all the settings, all the little options. But I did take some pretty cool videos. But that's on my Instagram page at Work to Invest. So that's all my Eceti trip stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I got a picture of I'm going to share it if that's okay.
Yeah.
So this was the Palladian circle, and we did a meditation there Saturday morning. And there's a couple pictures of that. We were all sending energy and moving energy around circles and doing some fun stuff with that. And then later we did the galactic medicine wheel, and everybody sent energy. Valerie took us on a journey into, oh no, that was in the Palladian circle. She took us on a journey into the mountain, and then over here there's colors, and everybody picked a color and shared the color, and we all were moving energy with the colors. So that was a lot of fun to do as well.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah. So, you know, we just kind of winged it. And there's where's you on the trike? I know you're on there.
It's at night, so it's where it's dark.
Oh, is that when you?
Yeah, that is me.
There's Jason.
With my cell phone lighting me up. So you can see me.
Perfect. Yeah. Let's see, we had a lot of people and lots of people sharing their pictures, and so that was a lot of fun. We did do where's our pictures of the actual channeling? That's here. So we had a good group turnout for the channel.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun too. So yeah.
I will like to say Tracie didn't have to sit out in the sun this go around.
And I got to hear a lot about that. That was fun. But I felt bad because everybody else did. So I was like, one of the pictures, and I'm going to share that if you don't mind too. It just, it's a fun one for me. Is Valerie took this picture of me by the ice caves, and we got this. I'm going to just point it out, and then I'll move. We got the sunburst obviously up here, and then there's a blue star over the heart, and then there's a symbol over the body, and that was pretty cool to have that coming in too. And so I put it on Facebook and asked everybody what they were getting on that. But that was kind of a neat experience to have the sunburst create these different images for us as we were taking pictures. So a lot of fun things going on this weekend.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
To circle back to the channeling, I would like to add that this one we did a little bit different. We let the audience write down questions, and we had about 10 or 12 questions.
Yeah.
So it lasted about an hour, a little bit over an hour, and there were some pretty good questions up in there. So
yeah, so that's what you guys are going to be listening to tonight. Instead of me doing the channel right here, right now, it's going to be the channel from Eceti. So, and unless you got more to add, what kind of experiences were you and Karen having? Karen had a good experience in the medicine wheel.
Yeah, for her, Binks is snoring over here. For her, it was pretty cool. She loved it, that meditation and everything. And she was seeing the different colors. Like Valerie will say, choose a color, you know, some people chose gold, white, blue, orange, red. And like I chose the silver white light, and but like as the person was naming the color, she was seeing a color coming from a certain direction into the group and then shooting up. So that's what she was seeing and experiencing. And so that was very interesting, and she felt like something was pulling her into the middle of the circle. And on top of that, she had another interesting experience. James, the owner of the ranch, he does I guess he does a channeling as well, where he rocks the tables and so on.
Yeah.
So he was doing that, and somebody was playing music in the background. And so we thought like, oh, this is very nice. Someone's playing some kind of music with the bowls or some kind of hum and everything. And so after James does his session and talks to everybody, at the end of the session, he says, where did that music come from? And everybody's like, that wasn't the guy playing music? He goes, that was a very nice touch for you to play that music. And the guy goes, you know, the guy that does the video and the audio, he said, that wasn't me. And he's like, well, somebody was playing it. And then the girl in the back is like this, like, hey, that was me. And so then we thought, well, she was playing it like on her cell phone. And the girl goes, no. She's like, I can't control it. It just comes out my mouth. And everybody was like, no way.
Whoa, how cool is that?
So Karen was like, wow. And I was like, yeah. I was like, we need to go talk to her. And then sure enough, she's like, I don't know how it happens or why it happens, but I feel like when that session started where James started doing the thing with the table, and she's like, it was just coming out. And we're like, wow, that sounded like real meditation music, like crystal bowls and or something going on, bells or something. And
wow,
we couldn't believe it that it was coming out of her voice instead of like off the speakers.
I have a picture of you and Karen with James, actually. He was
the man was trying to eat.
Pause on his dinner to take this picture with you guys. And,
I'm pretty sure James is like, why can't I just go and eat?
Yeah, I just want to go eat. And I'm like, no, put your food down. But very, very kind soul James is. And he's very much about just being a good person. And, you know, it shows in the stuff he does and the way he just allows people to come to his place and share that space with them. And he, you know, it's not like he even hides in his home or anything. He comes out and he's out there working. I saw him at one point hauling some stuff around their little buggy, golf carty looking buggy thing. And, you know, he's just a hardworking, genuine, down-to-earth guy. So thank you, James, for letting us share that space and be in your vortex.
Plus, he's a funny guy too. He has some good one-liners.
yeah, he does. He is a good crack up, and that's always nice too. So yeah, and so it was a good trip. Anything else? Any of your own experiences that you didn't start singing with this gal or?
No.
Come in. No.
But there was a lot of what was interesting. I would like to add there was a lot of new people, you know, besides our group. For the other group, and there were younger too on top of them, like older. There was a few older people like in their 70s, you know, that were like, it was funny. It was like, this is my first time doing anything like this, and you know, and you could tell he was older. And then there was quite a few younger people there as well, and they're like, you know, this is my first time ever doing anything like visiting like a spiritual retreat type of place. And you know, they were young as well. So
go listen to the channel, see what you think, and just know that we had a wonderful time all hanging out together. And we hope to see you guys next year wherever it is we decide to go.
Yep. And I'll have links for my Instagram. That's where I have the pictures I took is on my Instagram, and also for the group pictures for Facebook.
Yes, the Eceti Lionsgate #MagicIsReal 2020.
And that link would be in the description as well. So,
Perfect.
but check it out.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
But Tracie's channeling.
Coming up next.
Play.
Well, the first thing I want to say is the magic is real. And it's sitting here right now with all of you participating in today. And we would just like to say, as a collective, yours, mine, and everyone here in this space, what a beautiful thing it is to be here with you, to share with you in this, what might be considered a third dimensional shifting into fifth dimensional reality that we're playing in today. So how much fun can we have with that? And that is what we want to do today. We want to think about it like fun. We want to think about this like opening up to the possibilities. And so today what we want to do is we just want all these energies, this collective, to open up to the possibilities, to open up to the ideas that you can create and manifest and be in this perfect world. And we know we mentioned it earlier in the circle that was made earlier, but how many are enjoying the no mask rule? And just getting back into being part of nature while you are here. The trees, the wind, who's playing with that wind? You are manifestors of that as well, co-creating that response out of Mother Earth. It is like she is trying to hug you with the air. And so just enjoy the sound of the trees, the feel of the breeze, the touch of the sun, and the beautiful feeling of the earth beneath you. Now, what we want to do is we do want to just open this up to the questions. And so maybe if we can speak with you, Jason, what is the question that you would like to do to start off this conversation today?
I think we'll get to it so soon. Thought you haven't.
Well, we want to wait on everyone's little cards. We want to just know if there's a question in general for the collective.
Well, we'll start off with the easy question for you.
I am 945 million years old.
Oh, we've not to explore
And
that.
not talking about my weight. What else would you like to know?
When will a polar shift happen?
Well, let us look at your polar shift. As you know, you are already in the shift of the planet, of the polar shifting. And that is, we've talked about this before in many of the collective videos, that the shift is already in process. It is already taking place. That is what's moving the ley lines and breaking open the energy portals that are opening all over the planet. And many of you have been called to move, yes? Yes. And thank you for the verbal response so we can get that. My eyes are closed. I cannot see you, so please speak up. But what we want to say is there is a lot of shifting going on. A lot of focus is on the polar shift because that is what the humans can measure. Something that can be measured, something that can be proven, something that is seen, tangible. But what you're not seeing is all the shifting. You're feeling it, but all the energy shifting, the shifting of not just your energy bodies, your mental bodies, your emotional bodies, but you are in the spiritual shift as well. And you are moving through something so dynamic, something so big, something so powerful that it is like a magnet pulling you to something. And as you are feeling that pull, that magnetic shift within yourself, it is your body becoming in alignment with the earth body. Very interesting, isn't it? And so as you go through your shifts, and some of you are saying, we want to move, and we know that we have some that already have moved as we look over at Larry and Therese, and they have just moved into a new location. They will be our example today. Their energies have been shifting. Their frequencies have been shifting, and they were no longer an energetic match for the place that they were living, and so they were pulled to a space on this planet that is now becoming their energetic match. And would we be right with that? Yes. And so if you could all just think about how your desires are shifting and changing, and be open to the ideas that something new could be possibly bringing you to something great and happy, even though you are letting something else slip away, something else is fading out, someone else is fading out, a work thing, a place that you live, whatever it might be. It is fading out because it is no longer that energetic compatibility with you. And the way that the evolution, that the ascension is working, is you are no longer going to be able to stay in a place that is not resonating, rather that be a relationship, a physical location, a workplace, whatever it might be. You outgrow it and you are moving into something lighter, happier, more joyful. And yes, we know that that can be quite a challenge at times, but when you get through it, you will find yourself at home. Are we right, Kaylee? Yeah. Yes. You moved yourself to Montana, to a place that the conversation earlier was maybe not of desire for everyone, but it feels like home for you, doesn't it? Yeah. So we do have confirmation out here among all of you, and all of you can think of something that maybe would not have been a perfect match 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 6 months ago. And now you are finding yourself very passionately wanting something different that you would have never wanted before. And we just want you to play in that. What possibilities could spring from that? What kind of beautiful world can you create? What kind of utopia, fifth dimensional reality can you create with the new magnetic pole to you? And now we're going to come full circle and bring it back to the polar shifts. And so as the Earth is also going through its polar shifts, it is relocating it into a place in space, in the galaxy, in the universe, that is now a more energetic match. Why is that wonderful for everyone? Because when the Earth is in its energetic match and you are all being moved to locations that feel like an energetic match to you, then it all becomes in alignment and there is no more struggle, there's no more frustration. You start to be more in the flow, you start to understand, you start to connect, you start to feel the universal energy of all of that being a part of you, and it is a beautiful thing. So, any questions about that?
How long has the polar shifts been going on?
That is a good question. Do they ever not shift? Is possibly more of a way to look at that. And there's always movement within the Earth, and there's many of you are connected to the inner Earth beings. Many of you are connected to the ones that you see and experience and feel from the mountain that we are sitting next to. The shifting will always be occurring on some level. There's never non-movement. We will wait for that to go by. And so what we want you to know is that there's always movement with that. There's always something shifting. It may be subtle. It may take years and years, thousands of years to even be noticed. But nothing is ever stationary. It is always moving. You are always moving. Everything is always a movement. Does that help?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, next question. What path serves us best at this now moment?
What path?
What path serves us best at this now moment?
The path that makes you happy. The path of joy. The path that brings you into that little snicker and grin. We want you to be in your happy. We want you to feel safe. We want you to feel joy. We want you to find the things that are working. We want you to focus on that community that resonates with you, that feels like home. So the path of, what do they say? The path of least resistance, that is good, but we want you to find your path of joy. What makes you happy? How many of you had to make quite a few arrangements to be here today? And was that the path that was going to bring you joy? And you did it, and you made it happen. And are you enjoying yourselves? Yes. Mm-hmm. Can you feel the powerful energy of this magical place? Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So, was that a personal question, or was that a question you had, Jason?
No, that was one of the guests.
Okay,
questions.
So the guest that asked that question, is there anything else you would like to know?
Is there anything else to know?
Yes.
Get out of your own way. And you are loved. But we do say to you that, yes, there is... we want to look at this a little deeper now that we know where that question is coming from. We're going to reveal all your dirty secrets. What we want to tell you is that when you feel resistance, pay attention to that. When you feel guided to move a different direction, pay attention to that. There's not always, we don't want to make it sound like life is always utopia. But you are going down a path and you are going to find the sticky spots. That's how we're hearing it, the sticky spots. And you want to pay attention to that. When you get into the spots that do not feel as pleasant as the others, pay attention to it. Ask, what is it that you are showing me? What is it I need to know here? What is the lesson? What am I learning? Move through it quickly. All of you can do this. All of you can move through your stuff very quickly when it shows up in your path. And then you're going to start to notice that there are less sticky spots along that way. And there's clear guidance. You follow your heart. You move, you move, you move. And it starts to flow a lot easier. And as you continue to be in the flow, you find the resistance. You deal with the resistance. Where is this coming from? Why is it showing up in my path? What am I looking at? How do I resolve it? And sometimes it's just a choice to not participate in it. And then you move around it and move on. And sometimes it's a choice of looking at something that went deeper into childhood, maybe a past life related incident. And you're able to look at it from a different perspective. And you're able to put more understanding around it and heal it and let it move the block, the energetic block away for you. So there's a lot of deeper ways to look at that question and answer it for you. Do you feel like you got a good answer?
Absolutely. Thank you, Daniel.
We love you too. Thank you. And next question.
All right. So this is very similar. So this is pretty interesting. So this question's from Tarek.
Tracie.
Oh, Tracie. What should my focus be for the next 6 months?
And is that you, Therese?
Yes.
The next 6 months. You have some downloads waiting to come in for you, some energy upgrades. You have DNA structures that are being reset for you. You're going to find yourself going into a different frequency, and you're going to attract different things to you. So start paying attention to that. People that you wouldn't normally interact with, that you wouldn't normally be drawn to, you will find yourself drawn to them. They'll be drawn to you. You're going to expand yourself in those kinds of ways. Lots of soul growth for you in the next 6 months. If you want it, that is a big key. It is all free will. So if you want it, it is there. You work with well, you do work with Arcturians. We enjoy that. You have your own collective of those. You work with you work with frequencies and healing through the mantis beings. You work with telepathy. You can develop your telepathy, your knowingness, your ability to communicate. You and Larry can work on that together. And you will find yourselves moving into a space where you might find yourself sitting in a quiet space quite often, and yet you both will move in synchronicity, and that's synchronized movement, where you will automatically know what the other one is thinking and doing. You might go to the kitchen and come back with exactly what the other person was thinking they wanted, that type of thing. Work on that. Do you have a more direct question for the 6 months?
I'm just trying to work on myself and then also get our place in order.
Do you see the metaphor?
Yeah, I got to get them both in order.
As you do one, you do the other, don't you? And as you move into this new energy, this new location, your physical being that is Therese is also moving through into a new dimension, into a new energy frequency for you. And then as you set this new place up, as you set the intention to furnish it, to organize it, to put it into place, you are also doing the inner dialogue as well. So use your house as your physical metaphor. Would that help?
Yes.
Wonderful. Next question.
Thank you.
We love you too.
Love you.
How can I better contact my guides and my spiritual contacts?
And whose question is that?
That's me, Kaylee.
Ah, Kaylee, you're giving birth to one of yours. You have beautiful star energy all around you. You know this. The way to better contact them is to realize that you are them. When you speak, when you talk, when you move, when you interact with others, you are sharing the frequency. You are already embodiment of the spirit guides. What we want you to do is get out of your own way with that. You have been told your whole life that you are a part of this bigger picture, yes? And we want you to understand that it is time now for you to step into that role. When you bring this new one into the world, you are going to, this baby is going to not only open you up in ways that you could not imagine psychically, you are going to be more aware of who you are. And so just be prepared for that. And we want you to enjoy this pregnancy. We think you do enjoy it. We think that some people, they want to be miserable during pregnancy. Tracie says, I did that. And we say to you, you enjoy it. You are having fun. This energy that you share with this child is very conducive to some beautiful moments that you are having. And we want you to know that you can connect with her, and you do connect with her. And we feel like we are telling you everything you already know. So we just say it out loud so we can get it on the recording, I guess. So you need to know that. But you do have a big expansion with your baby coming. And what we say to you is you are already expanded. This is more about Robert's expansion. And so Robert is going to be expanding in ways that he could not have expected, but he is so elated, so excited to start this journey, this new venture with you and starting a family, that he is ready to be wide open. And it is an exciting time to bring in a child of the sun through the both of you, who are these beautiful hybrid babies that are coming into this planet to bring in the children of the sun. And then you're going to move forward from there, and the expansion between the three of you on this planet will be exponential for everyone. Everyone around you will benefit from that. Do you have more questions?
So I always contact Jared, which you know about.
Mm-hmm.
And the main question that I had was really, how do I contact other spirit guides? Because Jared takes over everything. He's like, if I try to contact anything, it's Jared. And he'll tell me, through him, he'll tell me their messages. But it's like, I want to talk to the actual other person.
Yes, Jared acts as your gatekeeper. Jared is an aspect of you. And you need to set boundaries with Jared and be very direct that it is time for you to expand. And in order for you to be the person you came here to be, you need to expand that. So if Jared does not want to be excommunicated altogether, he needs to step up to the plate and give him an assignment. Tell him, Jared, and we're doing it for you right now, Jared, if you want to remain part of Kaylee's life, you become her gatekeeper. You bring in the energies and you make sure that they are the highest frequency so that she is always in the best care, and you are her caretaker. So that is your responsibility. And we know how much you care about Kaylee and how much you want to protect her. So protect her in this way so that she can open her mind, be more expansive, and be the person she came here to be. She has purpose here. Do not get in the way of that. Jared does not want to get in the way of that, because Jared knows he will be removed if he does. So work with Jared and tell him it's time to compromise. He needs assignments. He likes that. He likes you to give him jobs, and so his job is gatekeeper. Any other questions, Kaylee?
We're pretty much going to go with Madeline, I think. That's the name for her.
And how can you even say the name without feeling the rush of the chills go through your body? There's everything about that frequency carries when you say the name, and we want you to say it again in just a moment for everyone to listen to it. Listen to the words as they come out of her mouth and feel the powerful energy that follows that name. Say the full name for us, please.
Madeline Katie.
Very beautiful. It has elegance and grace and power, and there is just nothing that's going to hold this child back, and that name is the anchor for that to happen. So we approve, we like that, we love you. Next question.
Okay, I think this one is, when I find peace. Is that what this person wrote? Okay. Charmel wants to know, when is she going to find peace?
Charmel, we want to say right now. And then right now, and right now, and right now. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Charmel, when do you want to find peace? right now. And what's at risk if you find it?
I may lose a few friends.
You may lose a few friends, yes. And is that okay?
Yes.
Because we all know, they're not really friends. We all know that, yes. But we want to say to you that your peace is within you, and the only fear that is holding you back from having your peace is the idea of letting everything else go. But yet it is the most freeing experience, and so many that every one of you need to hear that today. You can have peace right now. You can have it in this moment. Choose the thing that brings you the peace. Choose the thought that brings you the peace. We know we make it sound so easy and rhythmic, don't we? Just choose the thing that brings it in. But you are in more control than you think you are. You have beautiful energy. You have so much to share with the world. And we want to talk to that child that is wounded within you, that says it's all personal, it feels personal. And then the energetic match to it all being personal, something comes back to you that makes it feel personal. Does that make sense? And so let's shift that energetic match. It is not personal. Everybody has their own journey. Anything anyone else says to you, around you, through you, whatever it might be, it is a projection of them. And it is their stuff that they carry. And when you start really anchoring that in and healing your inner child, that piece of you that feels like it is personal, and this again is for everybody listening, you can heal that. And the more you heal that within yourself, the more you realize when someone else is talking, even if they're judging you for something, that's their stuff, that's their thing coming out to surface for them to heal. And you find, we see it with you, Charmel, that you go to a place of compassion. You go to a place of compassion and love, and that is your gold. That is you. That is your beauty. And do not change that. But do not carry it for others. Do not move yourself into these other spaces. You can jump to a new dimension. You can move out of the one that feels painful and into another one quite quickly. And so we want you to think about something that makes you really sad. And let's all do this. Doesn't that sound fun? Let's think of something that feels really bad, and maybe makes you want to cry even, something that is heavy on the heart, or a person that has hurt you or walked away from you or judged you, and maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a loved one, and it really makes you feel bad. Yeah, everybody got that? And then how quickly can we think of something that makes us really happy? And Tracie always goes to a little puppy or kitten, you know, the little videos that go around your social media with cute little kittens, something that makes you happy, joyful, lighthearted, like these moments right now where we're all gathered together. We're all here with a like-mindedness. We're all here communicating on levels that we had never in a million years could have imagined that we could communicate on. And it is a joyful thing. Has everybody got that? That is how quickly you can change the chemistry of your body. That is how quickly you can change your mind. That is how quickly you can change your mood. And so we are all very powerful beings. And we know that sometimes you move through things that you need to process. You move things that you need to, you have things go on in your life that are there to move you, shift you, push you, and get you in a different direction. Things that you do have to process. We are not saying, again, that everything is utopia. But again, what would happen if you loved the moment that was sad? What would happen if you loved the moment that hurt you most? What happens to that? It becomes a part of you in a different way, doesn't it? And so we want to encourage you to take those painful things that have happened, the hard words, the struggles, the burdens, and when you reflect on them, love them. Love the part of you that had the strength and the courage to get through it. Love the part of you that collapsed and cried. Love the part of you that couldn't take it anymore and thought that maybe ending it all would be the answer. Love the part of you that got desperate, that got so burdened with pain, they didn't know if they could carry on. How powerful is that, to love that part of you that went through so much? And then bring that back to the heart. It changes you. It gives you strength. It moves you forward. It shows you how powerful you are. It shows you how amazing and bright and beautiful you are. And so with that, Charmel, we thank you for your simple question. Are you at peace? Lovely. Is there any other questions?
Yes. I like how these questions are coming together. They're kind of like matching up. So this will relate to what you just was talking about. How ill is my dad Bill? Does he have long to live?
And Carla, was this you? We want to put this in human terms for you because we understand you're going through a human experience with this, but you already feel in your heart the expansion of your father's soul, don't you? He has made peace with this already. So is it hard for you to make peace with him transitioning, or were you worried about him at peace?
I'm worried about him at peace, but I'm worried about my mom dealing with it.
We are having a hard time hearing you.
I'm worrying about him being completely at peace with it, but mostly worried about my mom dealing with it.
Can you give us your mother's name, please?
Linda, and we're trying to move down there, and I want to know if we're going to be down there before he leaves, or...
We want you to know that your mother is a beautiful, beautiful soul. She's very much expansive as well. And she is preparing herself as she has always been taught to do, and how she has seen it in the world. When someone transitions, this is how this is going to go, and this is what you go through. And she is preparing herself for that, how do we want to say, that journey. She is already preparing herself for that journey. She has been prepared on a level that cannot be explained. She already knows the path. She already knows what's happening. She is already in alignment, and so are you. That's why you're moving. That's why you're going there. And what we want to say to you is that she will grieve. She will go through her sorrow. She'll go through her pain. But she is also going through her ascension. And this energy that is exchanged between your father and your mother is part of this agreement for the ascension. And we know that that can be hard to understand, hard to explain. But her connection to him is so deep that she will stay connected to him even as he crosses. And that is something where the veil gets thinner and thinner and thinner, and this happens more and more and more. And it is part of her moving into that ascension of understanding to let go of the fear, to let go of the pain, and move into a whole new way of being that she is going to be creating a whole new physical realm lifestyle, but she's also going to be interdimensional in a way that she has never been before. She prays a lot, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
And she knows how to reach God. She knows how to reach her team. She knows how to pray to her angels and her guides and bring them in. But what she doesn't know is what's beyond that. And this is an evolutionary process for her to heal karmic patterns that spiderweb out beyond anything we could even begin to tell you about. And much of you know The Convoluted Universe by Dolores Cannon. We say everything in these realms are so convoluted. We try to give you an idea of what this is in a way that you can understand it, you can receive it, you can implement it into your life. But your connection with your father, Lindsay, your connection with your grandfather, your mother's connection with her husband, it is all interdimensional, it is very convoluted, and it is all about expansion. And then one day you're all going to be on the other side, sipping your little teas and looking back at the review of your life and going, oh, we did that well. We did that well because we knew that we needed to expand our minds. We knew we needed to do these things. It was hard. It was a journey, but we made it, and it was expansive. And look what we learned. Look what we brought back with us. And so we encourage you to let your mother evolve. Let her evolve. We know you're going to want to distract her, and that is good. But we also want you to let her evolve through it. She's going to find great joy, and there is and we don't mean to say this in a mean way, but there is relief coming for her when this transition happens. And as much as one hates to lose somebody, that relief is much needed as well for your mother's health, and that is why they agreed on the time they did. And so for her to carry on her journey, she will she will step into her process, her journey with the grieving, with her ascension through that, and then she's going to find joy, and it is something for all of you to look forward to. You will find something new. You're going to be there for a time, and then everything's going to change again. So be ready for that. Rather, that means you all move, or you all participate in a new way of looking at the world. Something big, something major is going to shift again after the crossing of your father, the grieving period, another big change. Okay?
Do you have any kind of a time frame for my father leaving?
We do not want to do that because that puts your energy there. Just know that you know in your heart. You, as it gets closer, you know.
Yeah. Thank you.
And we love you too. Any more questions?
Oh yeah, a few more. All right. How will we live at our best no matter the outcome of the election?
We want you to read that again just so we can smile some more at that question.
Oh, it must be a good one. How will we live at our best no matter the outcome of the election?
You have no idea how happy we are for this question.
Glad I didn't skip this one and went
Yes,
to the other one.
Jason knows not to go political, but this is good because of the way it was written. Does it matter who ends up in office? Does it matter how we treat the one who ends up in office? Thank you for whoever's answering in the corner. And we say to you that you hold the power here. If you want to send negative energy to somebody that is making decisions for your country, then you can do that. But we want to also invite you to open to the idea that no matter who ends up in the office, what would happen if you prayed for that person to make the wisest decisions for the community, for the people of the land? What would happen if you held good intentions for that person? What would happen if, yeah, you may not like the way this person is running things or the decisions they're making, but what if you said, may Spirit surround this person and give them the information that will help this globe in the highest and best good. May all the leaders of the world have the right guidance, have the right people around them to influence them. May all those who are of ill intent be exposed, and those who are working for us as the people, as the collective, be the ones that rise up. And what if you change the way you think about it and not direct negative energy to one person, but direct positive energy to the globe and call in the ones that are going to be the strongest leaders and the highest and best good? And if that is the one that is the leader now, then may you support that person, even if you don't like everything. And say, give this person the right things to do. We know that you know what spirituality is. You're all sitting here. You know what it is to connect to something bigger than yourself. So connect to something bigger than yourself and ask for those that are leading our country, those who are leading our world, to be surrounded with angels. And for those of you that believe the leaders are dark, what better way to heal that than with light? And so do that from the heart. Love the fact that you love this planet so much, that you are that passionate, that you care who's in office. And love the energy around that office. If you cannot pray for the person that is in there, then pray for the office itself. Pray for the system. And put positive energy out there. May you not be so arrogant that you think you have all the answers. And we say that with love and kindness. Step out of your ego. Step out of your arrogance. Trust that your spiritual guides, your God, has the answers, and that you can pull on that, and that you can call that in around your communities, around your leaders. And if the community, if the collective would do that, what would that look like? What would that look like? And surround these systems with love. It doesn't even have to be about an individual, because there is so much more behind the scenes than the one you see. And you know that. So surround the system. Surround the system with light. Is that answer okay?
It's good. I asked that one, and I asked it also in a personal way because I have to be separated from my child at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just want to know for myself, and I want her to know that everything is going to be okay no matter what happens. like you were saying, Daniel, just it's the intent that goes out, and you can't control everything. And so I guess as a mother, I was just feeling really vulnerable having my child so far away, because I know I feel that it's going to cause a big revolution either way. Either way it goes, it doesn't matter. It's going to cause a big revolution. And I just want Haley to know that, and myself to know that it's okay. You can still get through it, and it's going to be better at the end.
It's going to be better at the end, yes. And everyone in the circle is safe. You are all of beautiful vibrations. It is going to be okay. And we understand, Kathy, that you are moving through this energy of, we've got this pandemic going on, and your daughter is so far away, and you have such a beautiful protective nature, and wanting everyone to be safe. And the traveling has been harder, and that can be scary. If that gets shut down, how do I get to my daughter? We understand there's a lot of fear that can arise from what's going on, and we want to tell you that's coming up to heal. And it's not yours. It belongs to one of your sisters that's already crossed. Does that make sense to you? Can you help to rise this fear-based energy up to the surface so that it can heal, so that your sister can be released from that karmic cord?
I'm not sure how.
Well, you don't have to be sure how. It's already there. When you feel the energy of fear come in, and this is for more than one person in the audience here. When you feel the fear come in, ask even if it is your fear. And because you are connected to ancestors, you are connected to loved ones, maybe some of those who have already crossed over. And maybe there's some karma that you agreed to help them heal. We don't even like to use the word karma, but that is one that everyone here we think can understand and resonate with. So something is rising up that needs to be healed. And if you work with that energy, and on some level you agreed to do that, you heal that peace, you find the peace within yourself, so that you can heal the fear that ripples out to the loved one, that then cuts the cord to the idea that they have to come back and recycle into another reincarnation instead of ascending. And so there is so much to try to explain here. Again, it is very convoluted, but that is a simple version. When you heal this, you heal it on such deeper levels than just what you think you're doing for yourself and your family. And so this goes into global, it goes into galactic, it goes into multiverse, it goes into things that you don't even know you don't know. And when you follow that thread, you will find yourself really wanting to move through these energies quickly. And it gets quite exciting, actually. When it surfaces, you're like, oh, I get to do this again. I'm going to move this faster this time than I did last time, because now I know what this is. And you're going to find yourself being able to process and move energy a lot quicker, especially when you start to discover when it's not yours. And when it's not your energy, then it's easier to be more objective about it. But for those that it is your energy, just rise above it. Look at the bigger picture of it. See it from a different perspective and move that energy out as quickly as possible. And you'll start to notice that every day gets a little easier, little easier, little easier. And you can step into that joy so that Charmel can be in peace. Yeah, you didn't know we were going to do that. We want her peaceful. We've seen her in a bad place. We love you. We love all of you. Is that good, Kathy? Did you get your answer? Beautiful. Okay, what is the next question?
What do I need to do about negative energy attachments?
Negative energy attachments. Change your attitude? Whose question? Sean. Ahat sampetu shwim be anta dia nera boy anta ash. Fea sameshiki otonumateriala bachikutu. Meo fui otonumai. Yes. And are you speaking of the chest?
Yes.
That is that is an old wound surfacing from a past life. That is you releasing the negative energy. We're not going to call it entity, negative energy from another lifetime that surfaced for you. It showed up and appeared to you in a way that you could process it, a way that you could understand it. And so you understood it as a negative entity. Would that be correct?
That's correct.
And so we want you to know that this is just a version of yourself that needed to be healed. It is an interdimensional, it is a past life. It is one that we kind of want to look at it now because it's such an interesting space, isn't it? And for those of you that don't know, she has a rash that is showing up on her chest. And is that okay that we shared that? Sure. Wonderful. So as we think about this, we were trying to be very, there were so many other things we could have said just then, and Tracie says, no, we're recording. So we won't say it. But Sean, what we want you to know is that there was betrayal that happened for you. And not only did that betrayal hurt you in the heart, but you were also shot in the heart. You were shot, we want to say shotgun, something big, something that made a bigger mark on you than just a normal size bullet. It was something, maybe it was an arrow that was on fire, we don't know, but there's this mark on your chest, and it is surfacing because you got there. You got there, and we want to say thank you. Thank you for doing the work. Thank you for opening yourself up to move this expression out of you. Because again, we want to say to all of you, when you heal something for yourself, you heal it for the world. And you do not understand how expansive, how big, and how intermeshed all of this is, all of you are. So Sean, when you allowed for that to come to the surface, you faced it, you dealt with it, you felt it, it's there. But there's not a negative entity to remove. There's an aspect of self to be healed. And so we call it in for you to be surrounded by your angelic guides, by your beautiful counsels. We call in Simishikutu. You are part of the Palladians, you are part of the Andromedans, you are part of the Nordics, you are part of the, okay, you are part of the ant tribe. We don't know how to explain that to you right now, but you are, which means that you can carry loads that are far greater than you. And we call these councils in to work with your energy, to work with your expansion, to work with your ascension, so that you may clear this energy from the heart quickly, rapidly. Right now as we speak even, it can be lifted off of you. If you are willing to release that frequency to those who are here to help you, you'll find yourself breathing a little easier tonight and sleeping well. Does that make sense to you?
It does.
And can you hand that over to them?
I will.
And they have permission to work on you.
They do.
Stand back. She's going to have a very, very bright trailer tonight. And so we are excited that you are going to be working with them, and that they're very pleased to be able to work with you as well. Do you have other questions?
No, that was excellent. Thank you.
Perfect. And we love you.
We love you too.
All right, after this one, we got 2 left. So, all right. Where am I supposed to be living? Who asked this?
We're going to give you an answer that you don't like. We like how the audience laughs. Yes, you need to be living in the heart. You thought we were going to give you a location, and we were tempted to say somewhere like the desert, but no. We want you to be in the heart, Lindsay, because this heart is your compass to the location. As we talked about earlier with the polar shifts, with the ley lines, with the openings, you have not heard your call yet, but you are getting there. You feel that nudge, you feel that something's going to change, don't you? And you feel your mother moving, don't you?
Yeah.
And is that part of the pole?
I don't know.
Yes, it shakes it up a little bit, doesn't it? It puts it on your mind, and it makes it so that your mind is on that, and there is no mistake in that. They wanted you to have that on your mind. There is a change coming for you, but you have to get into your heart first. There is too much of the looking outside of yourself for approval, looking outside of yourself for your worth, your everything. You're everything. You want to look outside. What is happening there? And here's what we want you to do. We want you to go inside and ask yourself those questions. How much do I love myself? How much do I appreciate myself? How much do I value myself? How much do I see myself? When you look in a mirror, do you look at you, or do you just do your hair quick and go about your business?
Pretty much just looking at piece quickly. I don't really.
Yes, you make yourself gorgeous and you move on, right? And you don't really look at yourself. So we want you to pause. It doesn't mean you go stand in front of a mirror. You can sit and close your eyes and just really look at your energy. Where am I at? Am I settled? Where am I not settled? Go through the chakras. Which chakra is off balance? Where am I out of alignment? Start getting to know you. Who are you? Who do you want to be in the world? Why do you want to be that in the world? What makes you excited? What makes you passionate? What makes you fall in love with yourself? And then you're going to know where to move. Okay? That is boot camp for you.
Yeah.
Love you. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to try to read this one, so I'm going to struggle a little bit. Should I do ayahuasca?
Ayahuasca. Is that the question?
Yes, that is the question.
And whose question was that?
Laura.
Everyone? Everyone wants ayahuasca. It is a beautiful journey to the intention. What is the intention with the ayahuasca? What would you like to accomplish in that?
I heard other people that have tried it, that it really helped them open up their minds and remove the blocks. And I feel like I have like this powerful energy inside of me that wants to come out, and I don't know how to let it out, so I figured that could probably help.
Then it will. And is that a good enough answer?
Yeah.
Do you see what you did? You gave it the power. And so when you gave it the power, we say yes to you. Yes, do that. It'll let it out because you told it it could. You could drink lemonade and let it out.
Okay.
But we think you might have more fun vomiting. We want you to enjoy it. We say do the journey. It's calling you. Do it.
Okay.
So yes. Is there more questions?
This is the last one, and I left this one for last because it dealt with Bigfoot. So, what is my spirit guide's name / Bigfoot?
And so Claudia, we know that's you because we talked to you about it beforehand. Do you feel, when you sit there right now in front of us and you think of the Bigfoot, your spirit guide, where do you feel it in your body? In your heart. That heart, that frequency that you feel in your heart, that is how you call your Bigfoot. If it has a sound, what sound would it be? Yes, we put you on the spot with that. We're sorry.
I will have to test it.
We say to you, if it sounds like woo, then that is your Bigfoot's name. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking it's probably unaudible. It's nothing I can write down. It's a tone.
And that is why you kept asking the question, because you didn't understand how to find the name. And so when that is the case and you don't get a name that resonates with you right away, ask yourself, is it a sound? Is it a frequency? Is it a thought? Is it a color? There are so many different ways that we get stuck in the human name. We get stuck in that. We want to give it a name. We want to call it Paul, but it's not Paul. It's beautiful sound. And so we ask you to just play with that and call in the sound, the frequency of the heart that connects you to your Bigfoot. Oh, yours is female, isn't it?
Wonderful.
Yeah, she may not like Paul.
Oh, Daryl.
Yes. You may have more than one Claudia. But you have one that is very strong with you. It does feel female. And it does like to whisper in your ear at night. And do you have a cat?
No, but I'm getting one.
It will scare your cat. So watch for your cat. That's when you know when your Bigfoot is around. It may not be fond of your Bigfoot.
Doesn't Bigfoot like to eat cats?
Well, we don't want to put that out there. That looks like a nice little snack for Bigfoot. No. We think that your Bigfoot is very aware of you, how much you would love your kitty. It will not eat your kitty. Do you have other questions around the Bigfoot there, Claudia?
You mentioned that I have more than one, or just more than one spirit guide. I mean, do I got a tribe behind me?
Well, yes, we do want to say all of you have more than one spirit guide. You have many councils. That's why you were here. You are many councils, and they are showing up. They are in the sky. Take pictures. We don't just mean the moving lights. We mean many of you have captured things just taking pictures of the sky, of the trees, and you will see the images there. We are asking them all to show themselves to you. That is part of the purpose of you all being here. Is there was supposed to be a big display. Charmel's already got a video to share with you. And as you look at the pictures, you'll see images in the clouds, you'll see images in the sky, you'll see it in the trees. We want you to open your minds to the ideas that they are going to show themselves to you. Your councils, your guides. Many of you are connected with the fairy realm. This is a very big, this area here on the Eceti Ranch is a fairy realm. You have entered it when you come in the gate. So none of you have actually been on Earth. You've been in the fairy realm, not the Earth realm, when you're in this space. And isn't that fun to know?
I love that.
Yes. And so enjoy the fairy realm, enjoy this interaction. It feels lighter here, doesn't it? A little harder to carry the lower frequencies and energies when you are in the fairy realm. And so if you are experiencing things that are not light and airy fairy, we say that is wonderful. You came in here to heal it. Please do the work. If there is something heavy going on for you while you are here at this day, this is the perfect place to let it come up and to let it heal and to move through it and ask yourself a lot of questions around it to help you understand why it is there. So please do that. And Jason, do you have more questions?
That is it for the questions. We're all through. We have about maybe a few minutes left. I don't know how Tracie's feeling, but do you have a message for the collective?
There's always a message for the collective, but
Awesome.
Today we want you all to just join in a prayer frequency. We want you all to just see yourselves in this beautiful light. We want you to go to the soul self. And if you've had an ascension session, you know what we are talking about. And if you have not, we want all the aspects of you to move aside. We want everything that you identify with to move aside, get out of the way, and leave only that which is in the highest version of you, your soul self, in the center. See that soul self, see the light, see the spirit, the spark that you are. Let it grow big. Let it get as big and as expansive as you can. We are all out in this beautiful open field. See it expanding out into the heavens. See yourself combining your energy with the energy of everyone here in the highest vibration and frequency possible. Feel the ball of energy start to circulate around you. All of you being safely protected, guided, and nurtured in this time. Everybody is here because there is something they are going through. There is something that has brought you here today. And so let that something surface and be risen up out of you, healed and complete, contract complete. Let that be done. Let it be healed, and let the aspects of you that have been injured, hurt, wounded, disappointed, angry, frustrated, and unheard, unseen, all of those things, let those aspects of you be healed. Treat this day like it is a new beginning, a new chapter of a book, or even a new book altogether. There is an old version of you that now just heals and moves back into the soul. And let the new ascended version of you come down into the body. Let it be anchored into your body. Let it feel your body and move into the energy, the frequencies. Feel yourself getting the downloads of information to acclimate yourself to this new frequency that you came here to receive. Let yourself, your body, move into the vibration, move into the frequencies, move into this enlightenment. It's why you're here. It's why you came. It's why you're sitting in that chair. It's why Larry's so uncomfortable in the corner. It is what you are here for. We want you all to just feel the energy and vibration through every bone, every cell of the body, every drop of blood in your system. Let it circulate, let it move, let it free your brain of all those thoughts, those toxic thoughts, those little hamster wheels that go round and round and round. Let them go. Feel the freedom of that. What is it like to just be in this moment? And we're going to be quiet for just a second. And we want you to just focus on everything that you can about this moment right now. And feel the love wrap around you in each sound you hear, each feeling you feel, the breeze and all of it. As we do that for just a moment, let's all focus on that now. And we say to you in this moment, what if you were always this free? What if you were always this free to choose, to be, to belong, to love the moment, to be in community? If this is your desire, we hold it with you. See yourself living in a world that is a community that embraces you, that loves you, that feels your pain with you, that loves you through it, that feels your joy with you and celebrates with you. Feel that energy. The coming together of so many different people from so many different places. And yet you all sit here like a family. Community. The beauty of that. The expansion of that. We feel your hearts. You've made new friends this weekend. You connected with old friends. You are now starting to understand how beautiful and amazing you are. How unique and wonderful you are. And may you continue to celebrate that from this point forward. Celebrate who you are. Embrace who you are. And when you go back out into the world, when you have to go through that gate into the third dimension, we say to you, do it with compassion, with love for all of those who do not have the same insight. Embrace them, love them, tolerate them, yes, but treat them with love and kindness. We hope that you were able to take much from the messages today. We thank you all for being here. Is there any other questions before we give Tracie back her body?
That is it. Oh, one more question.
One more?
You mentioned downloads. Do we just ask for downloads when we do a meditation, or how do we go about that?
No, you don't have any. I'm just kidding. Yes, you can do that. You can just ask for what, and we do always encourage you to ask for the highest and best good, and have your gatekeeper be the monitor of that. And Jared's going to be your gatekeeper, Kaylee. And so we say, gatekeeper, is there any upgrades, any downloads, any activations for me right now that are in the highest and best good, that serves my soul and brings me into the best version of myself? How about that?
Thank you.
And yes, and then that will be delivered to you appropriately. However you like to bring it in. Maybe it's ayahuasca.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's lemonade. We don't know. So we love you all. Thank you for being here.
We love you.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel.
And we will be continuing to play with you today and throughout. So definitely call us in. We are not just here through Tracie. We are here for all of you. So we thank you very much. And we will give her body back as we blow you all kisses. Mwah! We thank you, COVID kisses. So, and you all have a very wonderful day. We will see you again next time.
That's very cool. So I'm going to explain something with I have a window open over here and the breeze catches the curtain and moves it, because last time I did that and I didn't explain it, and there was little dots that would show up, and you can see that coming up right over here. So you don't need to freeze frame and send that to me and say, I found an orb. This is actually the sun coming through and blowing curtains and coming through. But I do like the idea of the galactic orbs coming in. That's awesome. I want to be upfront that that's not what it is. It is the sun setting over here and moving through.
Yeah. Yeah, you changed off location.
I did. I moved my office space. I can go into why I did that. It's, well, I kept getting I kept getting the nudge to bring the office up into my bedroom. Well, you know, feng shui tells you not to do that. And so I kind of was in resistance and in resistance. But my office was downstairs. Well, my office was downstairs underneath the washroom, a bathroom, the upstairs water sources, and 2 of the children's bedrooms. So every time they're walking, using the restroom, washing clothes, whatever they were doing to live life, I was hearing it really loud in the office. So when I'm doing sessions or anything else, you know, they felt like they had to walk on eggshells. And so when I moved it up to my bedroom's on the other side of the house, and now it's so much more peaceful, and they can, you know, I can just shut the bedroom door, and it's like they kind of, most of their existence is on the other side of the house. They don't have to tippy-toe around anymore. So it's making a much more peaceful, less stressed house by me moving the office to my room. So
did you have a window in that office, the old one?
I did, but I had blinds on it, not a curtain in here. The air conditioning would keep that room like a little freezer box, but up here in my bedroom, it's like the last room to get any of the air conditioning. So I have a ceiling fan that runs, and I have my window open, and so the ceiling fan kind of pulls that air in, and then the curtain
because I was going to
swings.
say maybe you had to use that office because it had a window, and
yeah,
you know, the ETs had to shoot you with that light, you know.
Yeah, I'm getting my sun codes.
Yeah,
you never know. But yeah, so it's a different energy. And because I have the dogs as well, they like to just crawl up on my bed and sleep, and so they think this is heaven to be up here. So it's all good. It works out. I'm used to the space now, and yeah, it's just a matter of when I go, oh, that's in my desk, and I go to the downstairs office, go, oh yeah, and then I get my exercise as I go upstairs.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's my Stairmaster.
Perfect. Don't even need a gym membership now.
No, gonna stay healthy, just getting to my desk. So there it is.
Yeah.
A lot more work to go get coffee. Now I've got to go downstairs and then back upstairs, and I have to balance that cup without spilling. The things I go through for you guys.
What they call that, first world problems.
Anyway, now you know. What else do you want to know?
I don't know. It's kind of funny. You know, I was talking about the higher self. You know, if the higher self had a chance to answer that question, it probably said you needed to learn something from that. And then it reminded me of the time where at Eceti, where you went to the restaurant and everything was not working out at the restaurant.
Yes, and we ended up not getting to do the first medicine wheel we were going to do.
So I came up to you and I'm like, so what did you learn from your experience? What did you learn?
And this is what's great about that is really, you know, there is something to learn from that, or what's your takeaway? And this is my group of friends that I do this with. Yeah. You know, it's like that, instead of like, oh, that's so frustrating. It's like, so what did you learn?
What did you learn from this?
We don't perpetuate the problem. We're going to look at it and see, what did you learn from that? So, yeah.
And I was just joking at first, and I was like, oh, wow, you really did have issues and problems over there.
Yeah. There was some reason why we weren't supposed to make that first round, because, boy, they were, and we had gone to go get lunch, and we were supposed to be back. What was that, 1 o'clock we were supposed to be back?
Yeah, about 1:30, I think.
Something like that.
For the channeling?
Yeah, no, for the first round we were going to do the medicine wheel twice.
Oh,
and we could not make it back there no matter what we tried. We couldn't make it back for that, but we did make it back in time for the channeling.
All right, we're eating tacos.
You guys were. We came back and you're all like,
thank you, Aurora, for making tacos. We're eating tacos with limes and avocados. So
yeah,
oh,
so it was all the perfect alignment. It was the universe saying, relax, they're eating tacos.
Yeah, they surprised me with the birthday party, a little birthday thing. So I was like, oh
yeah. And I got surprised by finding out you had a birthday party, so sorry I wasn't there. I didn't know about it.
You had to take care of the cashier and the waitress over there.
Oh, was that during that time?
I think so.
Yeah.
Or wherever you were.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyways.
I know you weren't on the ranch at that time. So, yeah, it was like funny, like because of COVID, we couldn't light the candles. I don't even know if those were candles. I think those were like sparklers or something.
Oh.
And then it was like a no burn thing and so on. So they're like, we couldn't light the candles. And we're like, oh, okay. So I didn't make an imaginary.
Yeah. Blow away from the cake.
Yes.
That's right. We don't want to spread anything. But yeah, that was definitely, that was just the coolest group of people. And thank you to everyone who came to that. And, you know, everybody added their special energy to the circles, to the prayers, to the journeys. It was awesome. Can't wait for next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do it again.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I might want to do something special next go around. Maybe do Mount Shasta or something. Mix it up a little bit.
I do have to say I'm going to Mount Shasta next month, so
oh, okay. Well, shoot, that'll be next year, so you have plenty of time.
Yeah. Go find a good spot for that. Yeah, that would be cool. That I know there's a lot of stuff like that over there as well that, you know, we could gather around and do that.
Yeah.
So
mix it up, rotate, you know.
Yeah, we gotta share the love with all the mountains.
True. Come to find out, there's a lot of mountains out there.
Yeah, we might make it a thing every year, a new mountain. See what happens. Get to know the little collectives that live in the mountains. So yeah, very good. What else? What else you want to talk about? Anything or? It's getting really warm up here because the sun's coming right in.
Oh, we'll wrap it up. Oh, well, I had many first. Went to my first IKEA store. Got to play with my first laser. Thank you, Andrew.
Oh yeah, Andrew had the best laser.
Everybody liked his laser. So
laser envy for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then got to sit on my first motorcycle, tricycle type of thing.
Yes, which we showed that picture. Yeah.
So many firsts.
Many firsts. Trying to think if I had any first. That was the first big group that I did a channel in front of. That was good. I know I did a little one last year, but this one was a bigger group.
Yeah, it was a bigger group and not all family. Yeah,
not all family. I had a lot of family last year. Yeah. And that to me, it was exciting to have people join from the YouTube collective. So you guys are awesome. That was fun to meet people in person that watch our show. And so that was really cool. See, this is all lining up now.
Yeah. All the orbs are coming in.
All the orbs are here and they're all behaving and standing in line, waiting their turn to show themselves.
Nice.
But that just shows you there's a lot of sun coming in. Over here, like, where's that fan? But yeah, so any other firsts? I can't think of any. Latte had some firsts. So
nice.
But no, it was really a good experience. So you know, considering everything going on, it was really hard for us to tell how that was going to go, you know, with the COVID and with travels the way they are for people. And I know that did restrict some people from actually getting out to us and joining the group, but that was a pretty good group for, you know, for everything going on. And
yes,
it was such a great energy. One of the things I did have, I did go into a channel yesterday and the gal that I was working with, she said, do you have any questions? And I said, yeah, tell me something about the Eceti trip, what was going on there. And so Daniel was saying, when you go through the gates, you enter into a different dimension. So it's not just, and it's like, you know, you can kind of feel it when you go through that gate, you enter a different dimension. And that it brings your frequencies to a different place where we are able to see more of that activity. But that was kind of cool.
Yeah. You know, now this didn't happen while we were there. I found out later on, but like, you know, especially with him connected to the fairy realms and the gnomes, you know, some other people were telling me stories about gnomes. So I'm like, interesting. So evidently he has to have something going on, you know, when you pass through those gates. It can't be all 3D. It has to go up.
Has to be. Yeah. So that was kind of fun to experience that, as well as just being in that realm with everybody. And it really did feel like a 5D experience, you know, where everybody's always in good moods there and sharing and coming up and hugging each other and just getting to, even if you don't know somebody, they'll come up and start talking to you and visiting. And so it's really a nice experience to have everybody just be in this safe place, you know. There's no threats there. It just feels like a very safe place to be. And so yeah, that was a neat experience too. And every time I go there, I have that experience. But yeah, I even heard somebody go, "You don't need to lock your car. You're at Eceti." And I was like, you know, that's true. You know, that's kind of the way everybody is just, you know, I have never met a bad person there. They're always just very lighthearted and giving and kind. And, you know, you ask a question, if they have the answer, they're sharing it. Just good people there. So it's a good experience.
Absolutely.
Sure. Yeah. Anyway, I'm done yakking about